every single series that they played coming in here, and of course everybody remembers their previous performance in the Winter Major.
And then KCorp picking up Nolly in the spring split and absolutely wowing people at times during those regionals, and they absolutely earned their spot here at the Copper Box. But it's all about how this first game goes for both of these teams. I feel like whoever grabs that early momentum, especially in a best of five, it's going to be hard to wrench control from that team that wins that first game.
Oh, and it's going to be difficult too, because of course a lot of mechanics on both sides. I think Furia tend to use their mechanics in unique ways, while you'll of course see flip resets and crazier things off the wall. I think most of the time it's the angles that Furia goes for. They can take a shot and nail it from almost any angle. It doesn't matter the distance, it doesn't matter the angle. They are going to find a way to put that ball in the back of the net, and for KCorp, that's the biggest test for me. How do they defend on the goal line in those situations?
And there's no shortage of mechanics on the KCorp side either. You have Astral, Itachi, Nolly even looking pretty mechanical out there during the spring split. So far, we're deadlocked as Yan tries to get that ball out in the corner. Now it's Card, but it's shaken off by Astral. They got a 2-on-1 the other way. It's put up high on the back wall. Still loose. KCorp shot denied. Rebound good for Itachi.
Oh, and it's all about the speed here from Nolly. You can see how early he gets up to get the follow-up off the backboard, and then you've got somebody waiting, lurking, and it's Itachi to get the first goal here for KCorp.
That was a tough one for Kaio. He had a really awkward look there on the post as he tried to get that ball out, and it was just really hard to try to control that ball out of the box.
And it's good for me, personally, when I'm looking at KCorp, to see them on offense, finding that transition. And as I'm saying that, this one just rolls in from the kickoff.
They get it right back. A perfect kickoff as Yan got the cheat up and then completely beat the second defender, getting Furia the goal.
And it's such an awkward rotation. You don't expect to lose the kickoff that early and have the possession that fast in the hands of Furia. That's a difficult one to swallow. And maybe another kickoff goal, but what is going on, Jorby?
Oh, Card not over. Goal! Astral putting it in for KCorp. Card levitating in front of the net, desperately trying to get it. That's a great recovery.
The recovery, though, to get the flip and still find a touch, but it just wasn't powerful enough. But you still want to applaud the effort out of Furia.
Back in the Winter Major, Furia was facing G2, and even against Queso, it was that physical game that they really had tough times contending with. On defense, they could rotate all day. They can make the goal line stops. They can be fast on defense, but then as soon as the game got physical, that's when things fell apart for Furia. KCorp, they're not a demo-heavy team, but those little chips and bumps in front of the box could be enough to put Furia off their guard.
And maybe that was a part of their game plan or strategy coming in here. And KCorp, you mentioned it, they're not a demo-heavy team. Statistically, they're on the lower side of Europe. So to see them come out here, an early attempt to go for demos, normally you see a team implement that strategy after a timeout, or they're already taking the loss or taking one game off at least, but an early sign of life from KCorp.
And Furia, not a physical team themselves, even when they do get locked into that physical game, they typically don't respond with physicality. Right now, KCorp hanging on to the lead as Yan tries to get that ball out. Follows Nolly perfectly, but a weak shot, and it's taken away to the corner.
You can see what Yan's going for as well on the follow-up. Doesn't connect. And it's all about this transition game too. KCorp do end up getting demoed off the play. There's still some space to work with for Kaio, and even more to dribble into the midfield, connecting. Maybe the follow-up off the backboard doesn't find it, but we got a back-and-forth game, Jorby.
Drops down onto the corner. Nolly's gonna shuffle it back out. KCorp
Astral
doing a great job on defense. Furia not biting too early as Kaio tries to get the ball out, but KCorp are all over, and another bouncer to the corner.
And now, of course, looking at this team, Astral, he's in the best mental space I think he's ever been in for a team, at least for himself. He's so happy. You could hear in the interview, he's confident. He's also calm and collected, and he himself said that's the most important thing to get in this victory, Jorby.
Kaio launches it downfield. Card sees it, but it's taken away. A nice save by Itachi, but the corner boost stolen by Kaio. Another light shot taken away. Furia starting to heat up in the shot department, but the ball immediately taken away by KCorp. And Yan picking up a demo on Nolly to try to stint that attack.
Let's see what Kaio has as he just throws this ball towards the other side. Nobody waiting on his own team to get a deflection or even a follow-up, which is unusual for Furia because they're so easy and quick to get on the other side. Like this here, for instance, you've got Yan all the way downfield, doesn't find a touch. And KCorp are going to say thank you very much and go down the other side.
Good touch from Card, forcing KCorp to try again from their own half. Astral underneath on the flip, but there's Yan again. And we're locked. It's not the game Furia want to be playing right now. They need to find a way to generate more pressure on offense. KCorp controlling the game well right now.
Ooh, this looks so awkward. And I was just about to talk about the midfield presence and how it was lacking, but that early touch from Yan led to a great possession and one of the best opportunities, but only a minute left, a bit under 50 seconds. This is their chance, their only time, maybe their last opportunity, but of course, gonna get cleared out.
Card got another stop. Not a lot of boost. Nice pass to Kyle. Shot denied. More pressure here from Furia. But Yan loses the ball. KCorp shut it down again in midfield. As we approach the end of regulation, Furia have controlled the ball for the last, well, it feels like the last minute. But KCorp have just slapped away every opportunity. Here's Yan again. Just stuffed it in the corner. Can they even get to the box? Can they get a quality opportunity? Every time they try to get in front, there's a blue car in the way.
Yeah, and it just feels like the quality of shots not there for Furia, which is a rare thing to say, but we'll talk about it after because there's still 5 seconds left. This is the time, the chance for Furia in the midfield, but it's saved from Itachi, and this ball's surely going to hit the ground. KCorp take game 1.
Itachi, another big save. He had a couple big stops for KCorp in that first game. And in that last about minute and a half, Furia had control, but like you said, the quality opportunities, they weren't coming. And the defense in the corners for KCorp, excellent to hold on to the lead.
And that's such a weird statement to say for Furia because of one player in particular, and that's Kaio. This man at the Winter Major was the #1 accurate player, the #1 accurate striker. He was, I think, 33% here for shooting accuracy in the Winter Major. So to see him come out here and put a bit of some watered down shots, not too strong on the net, that's the only one that went in for them, and it was a snail of a shot, but it was right off the kickoff, and from then, I didn't see nothing worthwhile out of Furia.
And Itachi picking up the MVP for that one. You see him picking up the Savior medal as well.
Yes,
the few shots that they did have, Itachi was there to shut them down. And even Astral also integral, getting in the middle in the midfield. And forcing Furia to constantly have to battle from their own corners and go the length of the field. And it just hasn't worked out for them yet.
How do they respond now? Game number 2, I often think of Furia as a very momentum-based team, and they haven't even gotten started here. So, of course, you want to see them come out and be lights out within the first few seconds. It's going to need more than just a simple kickoff goal that rolls in the back of the net, and not to see them get one single quality shot that falls in. If you're a Furia fan, I'd be shaking right now.
And I think that first game is big for KCorp. Just to piggyback off of you there. I mean, they lose game 1, and with the history of KCorp, knowing that it might be difficult for them to get their head back in the game, but that game 1 win, that establishes some confidence. It's like, all right, we held a 1-goal lead, and we held off a lot of different types of looks that Furia gave us. We can definitely take this. And I don't think there was ever a question on KCorp's side, whether or not they could.
Yeah, to be honest, too, coming into this game, I expected this to be in favor heavily of Furia just because of how many shots that they take in their own region, averaging the most amount of shots there from South America in the spring split. And then you see a team like KCorp, who averages the second amount of shots against them. And here's another shot, almost fell in from Furia, still knocking on the door, unable to find an answer.
That was a good attempt on the pass from Card, and then just bang right off the bar. And then Kaio also getting back around the ball, getting underneath it, trying to keep possession. But then a couple of these misses. Yan, he's had a couple of those now. He went for an attempted redirect earlier in game 1, completely whiffed on that one. Here comes Nolly, and almost caught the entire defense out. A little awkward for Yan to get the carry out as KCorp continue to press.
And I'm seeing some early turns from KCorp in the midfield, and they still contain this possession. Nolly finally gets the one he was looking for.
That's a cheeky goal. Nolly puts his car tall here, hits it right under the carriage. So it just pops right into the top. No one's going to defend that.
And for me, it's all about that touch from Astral to get it into the midfield, hit that awkward spot on the top of the dome, have it fall down right in front of the net. Seems like there's no way Nolly's missing that. KCorp strike first again.
Last time Furia responded quickly, right off the kickoff, and almost do it again. It's loose in front, and Itachi not wanting to put the ball in his own net. That had to have been tenuous for him as he approached his own box to keep it out.
At first, I thought he was going to be the one who actually put it in, but in the last few seconds, turned his car to the right, saved himself from a disaster. Nolly trying to create disaster on the offensive side, and he does just that.
The rotation kind of breaking down here. You see the high touch as Astral puts it down underneath, and the entire rotation just gone. Kyle having to dive back. He had no boost. Furia got caught out.
At first, I thought that touch from Nolly was a bit pointless, but looking back at the replay, you can see he got it away from the defender who was rotating back. Crucial there to keep possession and, of course, set up that shot. 2-0 for KCorp. They are on fire. Everybody, or most of the desk, rather, not everybody. I don't know if we count Wave's prediction, given that he drew their card, predicted for Furia, and to see them come out here, they're not answering to this pressure.
KCorp have looked real solid at the start of the series. May put it on match point early. Astral flipping this one up. He's got Yan beat. Another shot, another goal. KCorp rolling in game 2.
You're outpacing them and you're outshooting them. Furia, they're known for those two things, and yet KCorp are still so dominant in those two aspects of this game. 3-0, 2:52 to go. We're just getting started.
KCorp feeling confident on Aquadome. Ball kicks out on the kickoff, and Yan will try again. Almost got challenged, but he got the pass out the card, taken away.
Wow.
And that's been the problem for Furia. It doesn't really matter how creative they get. KCorp have always found a way to get a car in the way, whether it's to block off the challenge, defend the shot. They've always been in the right spot. They've always made the correct touch.
And it's all about the early turns in the midfield that allows them to do that, just to get an interference, something to throw off Furia, and it's not letting them get comfortable. Furia, when they have possession, it's very shaky, it's very awkward. It's usually off a deflection, and here comes KCorp with some more shots, barraging the net. This is just deadly stuff out of these three players.
I mean, they're typically speedier on defense, but they just can't.
Right.
They can't really get out of their own half. They're getting their boost stolen. They're saving a lot of these, but they can't get downfield.
Here we go, here we go.
Even
and he's met with a challenge.
But he hasn't been as clean mechanically as we've seen him in the past. I feel like Yan's just a little off in the series earlier on with those whiffs, and then a couple of his attempted carries out. KCorp have completely stuffed this Furia mechanical, the mechanics of Yan.
And we frequently will see somebody from Furia at least beat one defender on the offensive side, which is normal for them, but they can't even get past that first defender or force a better 50-50. They are stuck in their own half. Here comes Nolly again, taking the possession right off the car. He beats two players, and this is wasting so much time off the clock.
Furia look a gear slower right now.
Oh my goodness, he's still going Astral.
He's not done, he's got the boost, and well, the 50 worked out. Card trying to punch it out. Yan also trying to get the ball out, but Nolly's there again. Drops it straight down, and it bounces off the bar. Nolly, oh, he almost forced the own goal. Itachi trying to get in there, and another demo. But does it matter? Kaio trying to get the ball out. Another demo.
Goodness.
Card can't get there in time. He was slow.
Nolly.
Here's another shot. That's another goal. KCorp dominant on Aquadome.
Absolutely destroying Furia on the offensive side, figuratively and literally taking out a player, then getting the follow-up shot. Nolly, he's doing work in game number 2, but it's a team effort. Everybody getting involved, Jorby.
Nolly definitely doing a lot of work in the third.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It has been brutal. Every time you think Furia are going to get a clear, Nolly's just jumping in front because he's got the boost. The boost control has been excellent on Aquadome, and KCorp have just kept Furia pinched in their own half, and eventually Furia have just cracked each time.
Yeah.
But no goal here. That's got to be demoralizing if you're on Furia.
And with 42 seconds left, you're down by 4 goals. You just try to get something, one for the road to start momentum early on. And meanwhile, we get everybody actually flopping at the ball. 2 players, I believe, went in for a whiff, but this is very, I'd say, on theme for KCorp statistically speaking. I mean, everybody's pretty well-rounded here on this roster. You don't have one player in particular dominating the stats. Meanwhile, for Furia, it's usually Kaio. So to not see at least one player, and you mentioned Yan all the time, one player stepping up from Furia, it's unusual. But to see everybody from KCorp battling it out as a team, that's on theme.
They look solid. And Furia, they got work to do, and if you're a Furia fan out there, there is probably one little hope that you have, and they went down early in the series against Team KSO, but then they ripped 3 games straight against them. So Furia can absolutely still go on a run, but they have to show us something that we haven't seen in the series
100%. There's something else I haven't seen, and that's been the screaming right now in the venue. I don't think it got picked up by the mic, but there's teams down there screaming left and right, getting loud. And meanwhile, on the Furia side, it's just crickets, silence, trying to figure out what they're doing wrong up against KCorp.
It's tough. Kaio, he's been silent in the game. I do feel like Card has had a couple nice passes when they do get possession in front, but then the shot isn't good enough. And that's just, all of these things just snowball for Furia, and nothing's working out. Even right here, that one off the bar, Kyle did a great job to contain the ball, but then Furia were so late getting back into the rotation, just giving the ball back up to Furia.
Yeah.
KCorp definitely feeling it right now.
They're relaxed, too. This is the main thing for Astral. We were talking about it throughout the entire split. Astral is the most comfortable we have ever seen him. He is the most happy mentally, which is huge. Coming from a player background, when you're feeling comfortable and happy to be around your teams on the stage, it doesn't matter the scoreline, it doesn't matter the series score, the game score, whatever's happening, as long as you're there and you're happy to be with those teammates in particular, nothing can throw you off. Jordan.
I mean, how do you think Astral feels right now? I mean, you still got to win the series, but you know, he said in the video leading up to it, you know, to my haters, I'm here, you're not.
Exactly.
And it's got to feel great to be proving it right now. One more game to go for KCorp to continue in the upper bracket and face G2.
Oh, yeah. Furia, though, they put some expectations on the line in their interview, saying that they're here to, of course, win the whole thing and make a deep run. KCorp just happy to be here.
He said, Card said, you're going to see a lot of mechanics, you're going to see a lot of shots, but that's been KCorp.
Yeah.
Just put off the backboard. The shot's going to come in. And again, the defensive rotation slow as Nolly puts in another goal.
And it seems mechanically off the backboard. You don't speed, or outpace, excuse me, Astral. You don't even get a touch. And then on the follow-up shot, you got two players rotating back to net. Neither of them can get a touch. The defense lacking for Furia.
You're an ex-pro, Turtle. How, in Furia's situation, how do you settle yourself down when you just get scored on, you're down on match point, and you just haven't gotten any offense going? I mean, what do you do?
For me, it's all about the coach in this situation. I remember playing without a coach. It wasn't really introduced a major thing whenever I was coming up in the first few seasons. I wanted a coach, somebody to stabilize our mental, keep us happy. Furia, they have that. They have Mateo. He can provide a lot of support mentally, and with the communication, it's got to be happy. It's got to be positive, and they can get back in this game. They're a momentum-based team. Oftentimes, if you're looking at the series score for Furia winning in their region, they win 2, 3 in a row on average. So for them, getting a reverse sweep, it's likely if they take this first game.
They got to get a goal first. Astral with the pitch and the demo goal! KCorp on fire!
Oh my word, Astral, the ground pinch and the demo. This stalled enough time to let Nolly, I believe it was, get that bump, and Astral getting the follow-up. This is just so much chaos on one screen.
6 unanswered, actually 7 unanswered goals for KCorp over the last 3 games. Yeah. They got Furia shut out in game 2. Itachi getting the clear out. And Astral continuing it. Not the start Furia have wanted in the copper box.
That's been literally every game for us, Jorby, for Furia. Not the start that they wanted. They were able to get a quick response, but it was off the kickoff, which just rolled in. How do you even feel like you truly earned that goal? I don't even think Furia themselves have gotten a goal that is substantial and really worth taking a note of. So they just need something, Jorby. Any kind of momentum, because they're letting in goals like this from Itachi.
I mean, this was a little shaded from KCorp as well. You see Nolly approach only Yan, who has to watch where it's going, and Itachi was, I don't even think Yan saw Itachi behind the ball, because he stayed right behind it through the whole play. And I mean, oh my goodness. A lot of people were thinking this was going to be one of the matches of the day. And I mean, even you were even hearing the desk talk about it.
Yeah.
Like Achieve saying, I don't think you should be as confident, Yummy, because I think KCorp are playing close. And I mean, look at KCorp. They're making mincemeat of Fury.
Absolutely. And they're doing it confidently, of course. I still didn't expect this. Everything that you see and notice about Furia, their performance, the fundamentals in their game plan, just isn't showing up here in this series, Jorby.
Well, I can give one little piece of hope as Astral puts in the 4th goal. Look, this one, it's getting ugly for Furia, but just for the South American fans out there, over on the B stream, Team Secret are playing BDS. And you know what? They're up 2-0.
Oh my, in a best
BDS,
of 5.
One of the tournament favorites. In a best of 5.
What is going on?
They might send BDS to the lower bracket early.
My word.
So maybe if Furia goes down, Secret can be the heroes that South America need. Furia are in miracle territory at this point to score 4 straight when you haven't scored a single goal in the last 12 minutes of gameplay.
And they're trying to stay alive in the upper bracket. You get 2 chances here in London. Otherwise, you're getting kicked out. Well, not literally, but you know, of the tournament.
Not quite yet.
We'll see what happens here for Furia. Half the game to go. Plenty on the line. But we haven't seen any glimpses of hope, any chances for Furia And truly, I am surprised. This is not what I expected at all. Even with the KCorp win, if you told me KCorp were going to win this game, even a 3-0, I think, okay, well, we still probably saw some mechanics, some highlight plays from Furia. Right. None of that.
No. KCorp absolutely showing up and maybe making a statement heading into the quarterfinal about how that G2 series might go, because I'm sure that most people out there think G2 would beat either of these teams, but with how KCorp look right now, so clean in the rotations, we're working so well as a unit, as you have said many times during the series. KCorp look dangerous.
With
Furia are not a bad team. This team literally made top 6 at the Winter Major. They took Team KSO 7 games. The team that went to the grand finals and almost took out G2. And KCorp are making them look silly.
Jorby, you're literally like one of the biggest fans for Furia, and you're just forced here to sit here and watch it, and you can't deny it, absolutely. And it's been the demos. To me, it's what you mentioned in Game 1 with the demos. Furia struggle against a team that likes to go for demos. Routinely, we don't see that out of KCorp, but they adjusted in this series, and that's how you know they were prepared and prepped to go up against the Titans, I'd say, of South America, Furia.
It's been almost mistake-free Rocket League from KCorp. Astral has been solid. Nolly has just been a nuisance. And another demo to respond. Astral gets the clear. It's a lob. It's a goal. How many can you put in the basket before it spills over?
A last-ditch effort to go for a demo there and hope that Kaio is in position. Even if the communication came out and Kaio knew the demo was going to happen, he wasn't in position early enough to get to that ball and find something, anything for Furia. 5-0. 47 seconds left. We've been talking about KCorp all series long because that's pretty much all we've seen, Jordan.
It's been all KCorp in the series, and Furia definitely going to be, I mean, you got to go back to the drawing board.
And they can't.
I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, just to reset the mental, you know, lower bracket, no problem. No, you're in lower round 1. And
you got to go a long way, Jordan.
We don't see runs like that very often.
We have seen them, though.
We have seen them.
Okay. So don't lose hope if you're a Furia fan. You can be a little bit upset. Of course, I'm sure Jorby is feeling the burn right now.
I'm happy for KCorp. I'm happy for KCorp. I'm happy for their fans. They look great. And KCorp absolutely dominant, making a statement. 5-0 in Game 3. Only 1 goal scored by Furia in the entire series.
And it was a kickoff rolling in. That's it. Oh, my word.
Going on to play G2. What a series. Maybe unexpected for a lot of people out there. And like I said, even the desk being like, we don't know which way it could be. It's going to be close. Everybody, no matter which way you were going, you're saying it was going to be close. Well, guess what? It wasn't close. It was dominant. KCorp looked great.
And this is so huge for the mentality of these 3 players on KCorp. You win the first series. It's their first time showing up at the international LAN here, the international RLCS stage, and you win the first series. As a player, that just fills you up with confidence moving forward, getting the first series out, that first game jitters. You take it confidently. This is the best possible situation for KCorp, Jordan.
Absolutely, and it was, like you said, everybody getting involved.
I hope they can hear that.
It's going nuts out there.
Team Secret against BDS. I don't know what's going on, but
I
hope we got
something. Who's winning that one?
It better be spicy.
Out there. Oh man, I'm sure South American fans out there have tuned in to see what the result of that one's going to be.
This is great. Welcome to London, everybody.
I mean, but you were saying again. And as I'll look just for an update, Secret are up 2-1 in Game 3.
Oh my.
As we look at the highlights of this series, and now it's 3-1 to Team Secret. You guys need to get over on the B stream and watch this one. There's no game happening over here. All right, don't listen to me. Don't listen to Turtle. Get on the B stream.
If you're a KCorp fan, you want to watch this over and over again. What are you talking about?
And if you're a Furia fan, you don't want to see this again. Okay?
That's true.
Astral got the MVP. Guess what? Game 2, who was the MVP? Nolly. Game 1, who was the MVP? Itachi.
Well-rounded.
Full
That's what I'm talking about.
Effort from KCorp. They look great, and I don't think G2. I don't know if that's going to be a clean win for them with the way they look right now.
And if you look at the stats, Jorby, normally that doesn't mean anything. Stats, you could talk about it all the time, but it doesn't represent everything that happens in the game. But it's literally just well-rounded stuff over and over again for KCorp, and they show it here on the field, and they utilize so many different aspects of the game. It wasn't just one thing. It was demos. It was great mechanics, accurate shots, a solid defense. KCorp looked like one of the best in the tournaments right now.
KCorp looking really solid, and the rest of the tournament still going on, but with our winners is Subi and Orb.
All right, here we can see. Look at, we got a little bit of an upgrade. You see the plant. The Oasis is growing, my friends. By the way, I love hearing the screams. This is what it's all about, being down here on the floor. Which, what we're calling the London Dungeon, was it?
It sounds good. I think
the
it sounds
London
good,
Dungeon is behind us. We hear screams. I don't know if it's BDS hollering. Who's hollering?
I don't know.
But anyways, we are here with the winners. Let's talk about this matchup, okay? What went right for you guys to win this one?
Confidence, of course. I think the confidence was the key of the match. We were really good at the playing as a team too. Comps were super, like, not nervous, and I think that's why we probably won.
Do you guys do anything special in order to like keep the confidence going? Do you guys say something amongst your, the players here before your match begins, or maybe throughout the match to keep your composure high?
Yeah, but that's the coach work. Before going into the game, he did a little speech to motivate us and say that it's a good opportunity that we are here and we have to take every single moment as a pleasure.
Okay, so Astral's talking about confidence. How do you guys have confidence coming into your first live event? I mean, we don't have fans in the building yet, but playing on the stage, your opponent's right in front of you. How do you keep that confidence and composure going?
Yeah, it's my first LAN, and I know that if we play without any pressure and just trying to be as confident as we can, that's how we're going to play the best. So I just try to remove any stress, anything, and we've been working for that a lot, and I think it's working well, and we hope we can continue doing that.
And now, Nolly, I got a question for you. I'm sure there have been a lot of emotions over the past few years trying to just climb to the top. And now that you're finally at your first LAN event, talk to me just about the emotions of the last week and what you've been going through.
I mean, I felt a little bit like a fraud at first. I didn't feel like I deserved it because I had teammates who carried me throughout the split. But since coming here and I realised that teams aren't as good as what we thought, I think that gave me a lot of confidence, and as well as the team, to 3-0 Furia today.
So confidence-wise now then, you're feeling good? Maybe you can reach over to the mic so I don't have to. Confidence-wise now, after the first win, do you feel like the nerves are settling down? Do you feel like you can maybe relax more?
No, definitely not. I think each game as it goes on, I think the nerves will continue. But we just deal with it as a team and hopefully keep winning.
Well, and I mean, going into this matchup, it was a coin toss for me. I didn't know who was going to take it. I mean, Furia always looks very strong live events, but coming into this one, I was taking notes throughout the event, and maybe you want to read off my notes for what I took for all the fans out there.
Absolutely dominated Furia.
That's it. I mean, a 3-0 sweep, and that's all we have on the books here. A big congratulations to KCorp, but make sure you're going to stick around because up next, we've got Endpoint going up against V1.
We've all been here before.